Hello and welcome to the new episode of We Talk Talent Series Season 5, the show where we bring you insightful conversation with top HR leaders shaping the future of talent management. Today, we are joined by Vijaykrishna Subrahmanyam, Senior Vice President and Global Talent Acquisition Head, Movate. Vijay, welcome, and it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you, Anmol. Likewise, it's pleasure meeting you. I think this session, we will make it as interactive as possible.
Yeah. So before we dive into the discussion, I would like to give a brief intro of today's speaker to our viewers. Vijay has over 25 years of experience in human resources and enterprise support. He has been awarded the most talented leader in India as well as HR leadership for APAC by the World HRD Congress. He has been driving the strategic and operational aspects of recruiting, engaging, and retaining the best talent for the IT and ITES industry for several years. Currently, he heads the talent planning function for 8 countries at Movate. So starting with my first question, Vijay, the industry has gone through a lot of changes over the past couple of years. So how is your industry tackling these changes? If you could share a brief overview with us.
Sure, that's a great question to start with, Anmol. I think I wanted to look at two ways of this, right? One is before COVID and after COVID, right? If you look at the after COVID, the entire industry dynamics have changed, right? People expectations have changed, candidate expectations have changed, right? How do we align? So today, what is the expectation that an employee is looking at it or a candidate is looking at is one, the role, two, what he or she is going to perform, three, what is the work-life balance that is going to bring it to the table. So these are all the key dynamics with which today the whole industry is functioning, right? So for any company for that matter, so how are we aligning in terms of meeting the expectation and also fulfilling what is required for us in terms of the candidate, in terms of the job profiling is very, very important, right? Today in the industry, you would have seen something called as a new normal, right? It is not a buzzword anymore. That is what is into existence today. What is a new normal is all about, right? People wanted flexibility. People wanted work-life balance. People wanted to work wherever they want, right? With all these things that are going in the market today, we as a Movate, we are pretty flexible in terms of adapting to the new normal situation, and we are tailoring our needs in terms of attracting and retaining the candidature, right? Having said that, what are all the key things that we are trying to do in the new normal? One is alignment to the new normal, two, nurturing to the internal growth of the talent, three, tailor-made corporate digital training. Wherever you are, we don't care, right? At the end of the day, how are we going to train you in terms of making it easier? Two, talent mobilization, which is very, very important, right? These are all the three, four aspects in which we are moving in a direction, and we have been successful in terms of retaining the talent in the new normal scenario. And we have been practicing this right from the time we got into COVID, and with all the new normal right after the COVID also, we have been pretty successful in terms of doing this. And this is the way the industry is going to operate. I don't think this industry is going to go back what we were doing back in 2019, right? Because everything has changed, right? So today the candidates are asking, hey, wherever we are, how does it matter, right? At the end of the day, the deliverable is what it matters, and what we are supposed to do, if we are able to do it, how does it matter wherever we work from? So the adoption of these things are becoming much, much easier. Therefore, if you look at the way today we are aligning to the expectation of the candidates and the alignment to the market is what is most important for us, is what I would like to see.
Thank you so much for that insightful overview, Vijay. So according to you and your industry demands, what type of skills shortage do you think is causing the talent war?
All right. So today, if we are talking about the skill shortages, right? I could, I mean, on top of the mind, what comes to me is today the buzz in the industry is AI. That's number one. Two, anything to do with the data science. Three, Gen AI is being very, very, very powerful thing which is playing around in the market, right? So having said that, these are all the things. How are we going to tackle is very, very important. We know how to get a data science person, how do we get a AI ML kind of a person, how do we attract and retain the talent. So today attracting the talent is one side of it, right? We talk about the brand, we talk about the career progression, we talk about what is in it for them, right? But having said that, it's not that you can get anything and everything from the market, right? So there is always a two approach. Either buy the talent or create the talent, right? We as the Movate today, we have both the options to do it because there is no single straightforward answer to this in terms of the skill shortage, right? We know how the market is going on, right? So some of the research, if you look into it, right, if I was reading an article in the World Economic Forum, by 2030, there is going to be a 30 million shortage of AI talent, right? So having said that, we are talking about 2030, we are in 2024. Hey, Vijay, why are you even bothered about it? I'm not bothered, right? How are we gearing up in terms of making the skill availability is one, upskill, two, reskill, three, create opportunities for the internal talent to move up in the ladder, right? So one, you need to buy the talent what is available in the market. Two, we need to create the talent what is available within us, right? Creating a data scientist or creating an architect or creating a cyber security kind of a profile or a cloud. These are all the things which we need to build it, right? We can buy it. I'm not saying that we can't buy it. We can buy it, right? But creating internally gives you one flexibility, two people know how to grow up their career. So by doing this, one, we are trying to promote the internal people. Two, we are also creating more opportunities, thereby we are trying to reduce the overall attrition and creating more skill-based employment to these people. So in my view, the top three, four skill sets that are demanding in the market is on the cybersecurity space, data science, AI, ML, all those stuff. So our strategy from the company perspective is we have created a Movate Academy, right? In this academy,
Hmm.
we look at what is the interest of the employees of today. We ask them to take up few courses and we create careers for them. So in that way, whatever the skill shortage that are there, we are able to manage both internal and external.
Yeah. So, Vijay, in the context of this rapidly changing professional landscape and the ongoing evolution of work dynamics, how do you envision the significance of soft skills evolving in the future?
See, today, let me tell you, technical skills is given, right? Without the
Hmm.
technical skills, particularly in IT or an ITES industry, is not going to work, right?
Yeah.
Two, soft skills plays a key and critical role in terms of shaping up their own profile and also giving a value addition to the customers, right?
Hmm.
So one, if you look into it, all these days we were thinking, can we train the soft skills or is it an inherited skill? So in my view, you can train on the soft skills. So today, for some of our business units in the Movate, right, we do a soft skills training itself, which is very, very key and critical in performing their jobs, right? So see, certain people come with the local influence of their languages. Can we change it? The answer is yes. How do we do it? We have again a Movate Academy where people go for the accent training. We ensure that people complete those courses for certain projects which are very, very important, right? That's number one. Number two, soft skill is a must. So it is not an option anymore, right? How you need a technical skills, soft skill is also a must. So in my view, soft skills, if people are lacking, right, they might be great in the technical area, but soft skills, they might require a certain amount of training. So in that way, my view on the soft skills is very, very important, and this is trainable, and we have been pretty successful in training thousands of candidates on the soft skills, and we were able to create a different careers for them by doing this. So therefore my submission to this is soft skill is as important as your technical skills, particularly in the context of an IT or an ITES industry.
So, Vijay, you have been in this HR space for now over 2.5 decades. So, can you share some of the most prominent challenges that you face in this TA space, and what are your strategies to overcome them?
All right. So if you look at in terms of the challenges, there is always two things. One is attracting the talent, and two is the retaining the top talent, right? So while we attracting the talent, right, we can go ahead and attract in many ways. We can talk about the job profile, we can talk about the compensation, we can talk about the career, we can talk about 100 different things, right? But how do we retain the top talent? That is one of the biggest challenge, right? Two, keeping the pace with the current changes which is going on, right? Because every individual is different in terms of their aspirations, what they are looking into it. So therefore, in my view on it, there are two things which is I see it as the challenge. One is attracting and retaining the top talent. Two, keeping pace with the changes, right? How do I mitigate this, and how do I ensure that we overcome? One, my approach is very simple. This is what I teach and preach to my team, right? Make it a data driven decision making exercise for all the recruitments, right? Where do we recruit? How do we recruit? What is that we need to recruit, right? Because certain skill sets you get in certain markets. And today, with the wide open market, right? There is no one area specific where, hey, this skill set I need to recruit only in this city. There is no requirement at all. And right after the COVID, people can work anywhere, right? So having said that, one, I look at the data in terms of what does my data says in terms of attracting and retaining the top talents, right? When I make my recruitment strategy, I'm very clear what are all the skill sets and where we need to go ahead and recruit. That's number one. Number two, there are certain skill sets which I don't recruit. I nurture the talent and I ensure that people are getting upskill to that and then they get promoted. And there are certain positions in Movate as an organization, we don't hire people from the market at all. Those positions has to be filled internally, because if I keep filling all the positions from the market, then people don't see the career progressions at all. So therefore, one, I take a data-driven approach and I make my decisions in terms of what is that I need to recruit, where is that I need to recruit. Therefore, how do I cut down some of the challenges that are prevailing over there? That's number one. And number two, right? Today, Movate as a company, we got certain tools in terms of screening through the AI and ML kind of a stuff, right? If you ask me, have we implemented it in full? The answer is no. But we started screening using the AI so that we know what are all the key things that we need to look at the profile. So therefore, how do we ensure that some of the things we can overcome as a part of our strategy? With these two things, I would say that we have been pretty successful in terms of overcoming the challenges. I will not say that there is no challenges at all. There are challenges, but we are using one, the data, and two, some of the business intelligence tool to overcome these challenges. So that's how I think we are running our business today.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Vijay, for sharing your valuable perspective with us today. And it's been a pleasure having you on this show. And for our viewers, let's continue to learn and grow together. And don't forget to tune in to the next episode of We Talk Talent series. Have a fantastic day ahead. Thank you.